Hobo Castle is a little bit of everything. It's a record label, it's a production company, it's a recording studio. So I take on a lot of roles here. Aside from being the founder of Hobo Castle, I do album artwork, I record, I produce, I am a session musician, I mix, I master, I publish. My favorite role is really being a producer. And as a producer, I can really get the best out of each artist or band that comes in and really take their vision and elevate it to another level. Hobo Castle got started in late 2017 with my friend Joe Tadino. We were asked to record a few songs for a mutual friend, Audrey, and that ended up becoming a whole album and fully produced, mixed, mastered, not just the demos, which we initially thought that we were going to record. And he took on, we both engineered and produced the album. He took on more of an engineering role, whereas I took on more production. My favorite project has probably been Shipwreck Charlie, Cut Like Glass EP. It's a 3-song EP that Luke Pelletier of Wax On, he's a very creative guy. He has a solo project called Shipwreck Charlie, which is mostly ambient, dreamy, looped guitar riffs. But what I liked about it so much is that the recordings weren't perfect. He recorded them in his parents' garage with a broken interface. Things, he didn't have the best microphones at hand. Some of the tracks were clipping. So there was a lot of restorative process into that, and I learned more off that album and had a lot of fun with that album, more than any other album, even though it was not recorded in an ideal environment. You could take Prependance's album, for example. Prependence is a 2-piece band that I'm recording at the moment, and the recordings that we got out of them are just, they're so sterile. They're so clean, and it sounds like it came out of a recording studio.
I'm Brian St. Lawrence. I'm from the band Perpendence, and I started recording with Wiley about a few months ago. I previously went to a studio with my other band member, and they were very pricey, very pricey. They tried to push you out, and they had no consideration for the music you were trying to produce or trying to put out there to an audience. They kind of saw you more as a dollar sign, if that makes sense. There were a lot of songs where we felt as if we knew where it was going. But once we got with Wiley, he would point out there are a few things that could be improved, but he doesn't try and make you change it. He tries to show you what you could have. And after you put in there what he shows, a lot of the time, not only is it better than what it was before, it feels more like a piece of music rather than just something to put out on the album. He really overall just tries to help you get the best music you can and get that vision that you were looking for an album. He lets you more be creative and put out your best work instead of trying to rush it out. He helps you too. Really, when you go into a studio, you're by yourself. You don't feel a supportive community environment in it. He makes you want to create. He makes you look for those gems in a recording that is what makes an album a real album. And it just comes out so clean, while a studio comes out clean, but it's more pricey, you don't get as much time, and it doesn't have those gems that Wiley will help you create. And Hobo Castle is really genuine, and Wiley as a person is really genuine and helps you get the music you want. And in the future, we want to release our future albums with Hobo Castle, and hopefully our band as well as Hobo Castle can take off, and we can get more bands onto this label,